For decades, this crime was buried, and the truth will shock you to your core. What you're about to hear was hidden from the world, until now. And what we uncovered next changes everything. It all began on a quiet street in a small, seemingly ordinary town. A family lived there, the kind of family people assumed was normal. But appearances can be deceiving. One night, the mother vanished. Just like that, gone without a trace. Neighbors said they saw shadows moving inside the house, heard muffled cries, but no one dared intervene. The authorities labeled it a simple runaway case. But that explanation barely scratched the surface. Inside the house, investigators found something strange. Drawings, sketches of faces twisted in anguish. Journal entries in a hidden drawer revealed a secret life no one could imagine. "I'm trapped, I can't escape," one page read. Who could have imagined the truth hiding in plain sight? The father claimed he didn't know anything, but interviews with friends told a different story. They spoke of late-night arguments, strange rituals, and whispers of a hidden room in the basement that no one was allowed to enter. The local priest even recalled a confession, frightened words about control, fear, and power, but he never revealed the family's darkest secret. But that's not even the worst part. Documents later uncovered showed a chilling pattern. Other children connected to the family had disappeared over the years. Authorities had dismissed these cases, assuming they were runaways or accidents. Yet when one detective pieced together the timelines, the coincidences were impossible to ignore. And the connections didn't stop there. Photographs surfaced, showing gatherings that appeared innocent at first glance, until closer inspection revealed unsettling symbols, hidden gestures, and individuals who would later vanish without explanation. Everything you thought you knew about this family is about to change. A former neighbor, now too terrified to reveal their identity, described seeing the father leading the children into the woods at night. They whispered about lessons the children were forced to endure, lessons no one outside that house could understand. And the mother? She wasn't missing by accident. Every witness pointed toward a calculated plan, a web of control that extended beyond what any normal family could enforce. And what we found next will leave you speechless. A hidden camera, left forgotten in the basement for decades, captured fragments of a ritualistic pattern. Footsteps echoing, faint cries, shadowed figures moving in unison. The father's obsession with perfection, with secrecy, with control. It was recorded for posterity, yet no one saw it until now. Who knew the full story? And why was it hidden? The truth kept unraveling. A private journal, once belonging to the eldest child, described manipulation, fear, and an unwavering obedience demanded by the parents. "We are not allowed to speak, we are not allowed to look, we belong to them." The entries stopped abruptly, leaving investigators with only questions and dread. If you want to see what they tried to hide next, stay tuned. There's a shadow in every corner of this case, a hidden life that thrived behind closed doors. The authorities may have brushed the surface, but every layer we peel back reveals something darker, more twisted, more terrifying. The family who smiled for photographs, who attended town gatherings, who were considered normal, was hiding a nightmare behind that facade. And just when you think you understand, the next discovery shocks even the most seasoned detectives. Evidence points to manipulation that stretches far beyond one household. Were there enablers, accomplices, people who looked away while this darkness grew unchecked? The lines between victim and perpetrator blur, and the deeper we dig, the more disturbing the picture becomes. The truth has been buried for decades, but now it's finally coming to light. And the next revelation will change everything you thought you knew. The deeper investigators dug, the darker the story became. The basement wasn't just a hidden room, it was a shrine of obsession. Walls covered in symbols, strange markings, and photographs of children that didn't belong to the family. Evidence suggested the father's influence reached beyond his own household. Who were these children, and why were their faces recorded, catalogued like objects? Neighbors whispered about late-night visits from strangers. No one knew their names, no one dared question their presence. Some claimed they saw adults taking notes, others claimed they saw children entering cars that never returned. And yet, every official report was mysteriously missing, erased, or conveniently dismissed. The town itself seemed complicit, silent, as if a shadow hung over everyone who might have spoken. What we uncovered next will leave you questioning everything. The eldest child, now grown and living under a new identity, came forward after decades of silence. Their words were chilling. The parents didn't just control actions, they controlled minds. Fear, guilt, and manipulation were weaponized daily. "We weren't allowed to feel," the child admitted. "Our thoughts, our dreams, Even our memories, they shaped them. And if we resisted, we vanished. And then there was the mother. Initially portrayed as a victim, new evidence painted a more twisted picture. Hidden letters revealed she was complicit, enforcing the rules, instilling fear, and punishing disobedience. The parents were partners in darkness, not in love. The home was a prison, the family a cult, and the neighborhood? Blind to it all, paralyzed by ignorance or fear. But that's not even the worst part. Authorities found financial records and cryptic correspondence linking the family to other missing persons across the state. A network of secrets, hidden behind ordinary lives, thriving for decades. Each discovery only deepened the mystery. How many others had suffered at the hands of this family? And why had no one connected the dots sooner? Everything you thought you knew about safety, about trust, about family, is about to crumble. Inside a locked trunk, investigators discovered photographs that were almost unrecognizable: children, adults, and even town officials, all in staged positions, their eyes hollow, their expressions frozen in terror. Who had taken these images? And more importantly, why? Each photo told a story of control, of dominance, of psychological torment that few could survive. The twists kept coming. DNA tests confirmed the family's reach went far beyond their household. Other children, long thought missing for unrelated reasons, were tied back to them. And a series of anonymous tips, once ignored, now painted a clear pattern. This wasn't an isolated family issue. It was a network of manipulation, intimidation, and unthinkable acts, spanning years and possibly decades. And the final revelation: the father, the orchestrator of all this, had documented it meticulously. Hidden in a safe no one could access, his journals detailed every child, every lesson, every punishment. He saw himself as an architect of perfection, a twisted curator of obedience. What he didn't account for was that some of his victims survived, ready to expose him. The truth has been buried in shadows, erased from memory, hidden behind the faces of a town unwilling to see. But now, every secret, every twisted act, every lost life is finally coming to light. The family's legacy is not one of love, not one of innocence. It is a cautionary tale of control, darkness, and the human capacity for cruelty. Check the next episode to uncover more shocking truths. Support me in the description, and subscribing keeps you on the front line of every hidden story. The truth has been buried for decades, but now, nothing can stop it from being revealed. And the next revelation will change everything you thought you knew about what really happened behind closed doors.